Hello and welcome to the Apex League card rundown for Apex League Wrestling TV number 24. I gotta figure out a better way to say that. It's a mouthful. Anyway, let's get into some future promotion. What are we looking at coming down the line? Well, we're gonna have an ALW World Championship match in 2 weeks' time, which Bret Hart He's going to try and defend his title again against Randy Savage or Hiroshi Tanahashi. I wonder how we're going to determine which one of those will face him. Well, let's get into the card after we get into the rankings. So, last week we saw Omos with a big win over Eddie Guerrero, launching himself to the top eligible slot, the number 2 contender. Unfortunately, the number 1 contenders match was already signed, so Omos cannot get in it, but he's definitely put himself in line for the next one. We have Randy Savage and Tanahashi dropping a slot just because Omos had a big win, but they're going to go at it today for that number one contendership. We have Asuka, Katsuyori Shibata, China, Momo Nakanishi, Penta, El Zero M, all rising a spot because of Eddie dropping. Eddie was number 5? No, number 4. He was number 4 when he lost to Omos, and that's why he's still on. He's still hanging on, and because of that, no one drops. This is actually all the same people from last week, just little different order. Mainly just almost rose and Eddie fell, but that's going to change a little bit this week when we have. You see all those people in bold. They're on the card today. So China and Penta, one of them, if they lose, might drop off. Obviously, one of Randy Savage or Tanahashi is going to be no more contender, and we don't know how far they're going to fall. It kind of depends on who else is around him. All right, let's get into the card. First, in just a wrestling match, we have Booker T 0-1 versus Red Velvet 1-2. Haven't been used a little bit lately, trying to make sure we're getting everybody in. So here we are. Then we have a death match. Joey Mercury, 0-1. He's going to take on a hardcore guy. I truly don't know who this is. Usually I have the card like fully finalized before I do these, but I actually have some mysteries here. I just know this is going to be a hardcore guy, so I think like a ECW, CZW, GCW, one of those, maybe a Japanese. Was it Big Japan? BJW, I think. Some of those guys. Yeah. So one of them is going to be facing Joey Mercury, and then we have another death match for one token. The Blade 1-3 is taking on Mil Mascaras 0-1, and then we have Robbie E wrestling Arisa Hoshiki. So you might look at those and say, hey, none of those are big names. And I would say you're right because we're relying on our top matches. This is not one of them. The Battle Royale title is on the line. Too Cold Scorpio defends against some people. I don't know who yet. I've kind of booked myself into a corner. Coming up with 3 people each week, especially when it counts to the win-loss record you see here. Like, Too Cold Scorpio is 2-3, and I think he's had one singles match. So, lots of record, not necessarily singles matches. So I don't know. I might revisit this, but that's more of a big discussion. At least through the next pay-per-view, I will keep the Battle Royale title as is. And then Penta El Zero M, number 9 ranked competitor. He is 3-0. 2 of those come in wrestling matches. The one was a big tag match. Death Triangle took on the Spirit Squad. He won, or his team won. Gives him a win. But that's why 3-0, good record. But number 9, because only 2 of them are in singles. And then we have China, number 7, 4-1. She was very good in the Clusterfuckula 1, earned herself all the way to the number 1 contender spot, lost to Bret Hart, but hey, still good record, still ranked. So China trying to get herself back up into contention. And then our main event, one I am very excited about. Randy Macho Man Savage, the number 3 ranked competitor, 4-1. The one loss is to John Cena in the finals of the original tournament to determine the ALW World Champion, the first one. And then Hiroshi Tanahashi, number 4. He was also in that tournament. He lost. Then he lost two more matches. He was actually 0 and 3, and then he won the career accelerator match at Nuck If You Buck. Sacrificed 5 career matches, but got himself ranked number 10. Since then, 2 big wins, and now is looking at a chance at the ALW World Title. So this is set to be an exciting match. I think it's going to be a pretty good one. Lots of stakes. Let's have good wrestling